Hi, this is Cliff Baker with Better Homes and Gardens Lifestyles Realty. And today I'm here with Lauren Gamble. She is with Servpro of Greater St. Augustine. And we're here to just learn more about your company. So Lauren, welcome.
Hi, yes, I'm so happy to be here. This is so exciting.
That's great. Well, we appreciate your time today. We know that you're very busy and you guys have a lot of things going on. So to start, tell me a little bit about what Servpro does.
So what we do, we're a full service cleanup and restoration company. So we handle water damage, fire damage, mold mitigation, reconstruction services. We also do deep cleaning services like carpet cleaning, tile cleaning, upholstery, deodorizing, sanitizing, things like that. So when disaster strikes, we're here 24/7 to make it like it never even happened.
Wow. Okay. Cool. So you guys have a residential side, right?
Yes, we do.
Which helps with a lot of the issues that might happen in homes.
Yes.
And then you also have a commercial side,
Yes. So what we
right?
do for our commercial side, we do for residential as well, just on a smaller scale.
Okay. So you guys do like residential cleaning as well?
Yes, we do more of, we call it like a deep industrial cleaning. So we get a lot of like hoarding situations, trash outs, post-construction cleaning. So when you need more than you're just like traditional cleaning, that's where we kind of come in.
Okay. That's awesome. So I didn't know you guys did trash outs and stuff like that. So that's pretty interesting.
Yeah.
So so when you guys are looking at damages, I mean, what typically do you see here in Northeast Florida?
We see a lot of mold. So a lot of mold and water issues. Those are our biggest things, and they kind of do tie together. So if somebody, since we have a lot of snowbirds down here, if somebody has a slow leak that they maybe didn't notice before they left and they come back and it was ongoing, there's typically a mold situation on top of that water situation that's been going on for however long. So water and mold are like the big bulk of things that we see down here.
So I was reading somewhere earlier this morning that you like if you have a water issue, you really need to get to it within 72 hours or things can start happening. Is that correct?
Yes, it is. So when any excess moisture is present, mold can start to grow within 48 to 72 hours. And then that ongoing water issue, whatever it may be, the longer it sits, the worse the damages are. So secondary damages will come about, like I said, mold, you could get structural issues, your floors could begin to warp, anything like that, pipes, if it's a pipe leak, it could corrode and rust, leading to a bigger problem down the line. So yeah, when it comes to a water issue, the quicker the better.
So if somebody has like if they think that they have a mold issue, do you guys do like air quality tests and things of that sort, or do you guys partner with another company to do that?
Yes, so we don't do the air quality test ourselves, since it could be like a conflict of interest thing when we're testing for the mold and then we also treat for it. So
Oh
we
yeah.
just handle
Okay.
the actual treating of it. We partner with people in the area. We work with Loose Air Quality a lot, H2H. So they'll go in after, sometimes they get the call first and they'll have already put together a protocol for them, or we'll go out to a customer's home, do an estimate, put together what we think, instruct them to have a air quality assessment done, and then we kind of work based on that protocol.
Okay. And then, I also read earlier that sometimes if you can get to drywall, if it's wet and you can get to drywall fast enough, then like you guys will put like little holes in the drywall and then I guess blow fans in there or however to suck the moisture out and to dry the area out. And if you
Mhm.
can't, then you can cut sections of the drywall out to make sure that you remediate everything that's behind the wall. Is that correct?
Yes, yes, it is.
Okay, awesome. So what's the worst thing that you've seen since you've worked at Servpro and
Oh
you've
boy.
been in Northeast Florida? Tell me a little bit about that.
I've seen a couple, like the trash out ones, seeing those are interesting. The ones, it was funny. Our production manager who was on site was like, look at these pictures. And I was like, there were squirrels. I'm pretty sure there was still one living in there. It's like, I didn't see it, but I heard it. So he's seen that. Any category 3 water loss, which is a sewage situation, is always a bad one, because that you have to cut out anything that came in contact with that. And there was one recently actually where it had been sitting for a couple days before we got to it. And I think it was a condo complex, so it was 2 units.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
So you're talking about, you would be talking about floorboards, drywall, basically
Yeah, so
anything that comes in contact with that.
anything it touched, yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's not good.
No, that's not fun.
Definitely not good.
Especially if it's that is not fun.
So what are some things that you wish people knew about home restoration?
You kind of touched on it. The quicker the better. So a lot of the times if somebody has a slow leak or they're not really sure, they kind of just back of their mind, oh, it's not a big thing now, like I'll get to it, it'll be fine. When in reality, you don't know how long it'll take for that leak to turn bigger or what damage is being caused in that process. So by the time that you do get to addressing it, things are probably looking a lot worse than they were when you initially found the problem. So time really is of the essence when it comes to anything with restoration. Same with mold. Once it does begin to grow, it thrives on moisture. So if that moisture is still present and that leak or whatever it is still active, that continues to reproduce through airborne spores. So
Oh, wow. Okay.
quicker the better. Yes.
Yeah, quicker the better. Okay. So do you have any specific tips for homeowners?
Yes. So to follow along with the time of the essence thing, know where your water shutoff valve is. That is so critical in that situation. You may not think that those 10, 20 minutes that you could spend searching for it matter, but they do. They will keep costs down. They will keep the damages down, just the overall job cost down, and the time that it'll kind of disrupt you in your life in that home will also be kept down by just knowing where that shutoff valve is.
Okay. Anything else?
I would say to definitely, if you think it's a problem, get it addressed. If you're going into a new home and you're not sure what's going on, was this addressed? Like if you see past water damage, like dry spots, was this ever addressed? Was this done? We do offer free estimates. It's always easier to just have another set of eyes on it, or, get it in writing or whatever you need to do to make sure that that problem is not an ongoing problem and it does not fall on you down the line. I think that just the more you know about the property and what you need to do to prepare for it, the better.
I can tell you that I personally have had a couple of situations where we had a hot water heater that split open, had rusted through and split open. And the hot water heater at the time was located in the attic. And it was a very costly thing that happened. And also we could not find the water shutoff valve. As a matter of fact, it was, we had to call the fire department to come and shut the water off at the street. True story. I fell halfway through the ceiling on that one. And, but the firemen dug down past the mulch in our front yard and found the water shutoff valve. So I'm 100% on board with everyone. All sellers, all buyers, all homeowners should know where your water shutoff valve is. And if you don't, start searching for it. In my house now, it was built in '89, and that water shutoff valve, we couldn't find it when we moved in. So I had a plumber come out and actually locate it for me. So now I know where it is. Also, another thing I think is important, you guys handle fire damage as well.
Yes, we do.
And so, one thing, just like Lauren was saying, one thing is to definitely, have your fireplace. We have talked about this before, but it's very, very important that you have your fireplace checked, the flue checked and the chimney checked, as well as having it cleaned at least once a year.
Mhm.
Since we live in Northeast Florida, a lot of us don't think about our fireplaces as being a fire hazard because we barely use them. But
Mhm.
I believe that it is a very big fire hazard. What do you think, Lauren?
I think absolutely yes. And even if you don't have a fireplace, space heaters, that kind of thing, they are such big fire hazards. And even if the fire is contained and it's small, the damage usually goes much farther beyond that area. You've got smoke damage throughout the home, you have soot that deposits throughout the house. So again, even if it seems like a small issue, but practicing those safe tips and regular cleanings and making sure your smoke detectors, all your alarms and everything are good to go, definitely very
So
important.
Lauren, if they wanted to get a free estimate,
Mhm.
or if they wanted to get in contact with you, how would they do that?
So we do have a website, Servpro, greater-st-augustine.com. Our office, the lines are open 24/7. We don't have an answering service. You will be talking to somebody in our office or on our production team. So I can give you that number if you'd like. I don't know
Sure.
what would be best, but so that would be 904-429-4457. That is a 24-hour phone number. It works for both our St. Augustine location and our South Fleming Island, North Bradford County.
Awesome. So you guys cover St. Augustine,
Yes.
you guys cover Fleming Island,
Mm-hmm.
and then also Orange Park.
We
You guys
can,
go
yes.
all the way
So
up in the,
yeah,
oh, in
we'll go all,
Keystone,
we
right?
have worked in Gainesville as well.
Oh, in Gainesville
So
too.
wherever
Okay.
you need us, we are willing to go.
All right. Wherever you are needed,
Give
you are
us a
willing to
call
go.
24/7. We'll be there.
Okay. Awesome. Well, Lauren, I really appreciate your time today and being with me and kind of going over your services and your products. I think that's definitely great tips for homeowners. Again, my name is Cliff Baker. I work for Better Homes and Gardens Lifestyles Realty. It's real estate that works. I hope you guys have a great day. Bye bye.